That moment happens to everyone in this room, if not once, but a few times, where it feels like your life does a 180, where it feels like the rug gets pulled up from under your feet. And for me, it was facing my greatest fear. And my greatest fear was losing someone in my life I couldn't imagine life without. And that's when I lost my dad to colon cancer. And again, this is one of the reasons that I am so passionate about this space, because being on both sides of it and then me being the conduit of like, what does it mean for the patient and understanding what you have to go through, there's so much opportunity here. Happiness is a business model. How can it impact maybe your organization and maybe your life? You can call it whatever you want. It could be happiness, well-being, whatever it is. There's a convergence of us as individuals trying to understand, who am I in all this? What are my priorities? What are my values? What's my sense of purpose? Am I self-aware of what those things are? And so that's why I'm calling this the adaptive age for us as individuals, but also organizations. How can we control and change what we can, but adapt to and embrace the things that we can't control? You know, culture, what it isn't anymore is not having free drinks in the fridge. It's not having ping-pong table in the rec room. It's having to have a dynamic organization to embrace the changes every time someone walks into new to your organization and every time someone walks out. So how are we as teams and leaders committed are we to this idea to really make it last in a sustainable way? Why do we do what we do? And so for us as leaders, what's the larger vision and greater purpose in our work that can inspire people to not come to work just because of the paycheck or purpose? And of course, in healthcare, you have such a tremendous opportunity to reignite what purposes mean. Because you already have this great sense of most people that come to this line of work do it because they care. Do it because they want to make people better. Everyone's got values these days, but what do they actually mean? Like, as an example, I believe Enron's #1 value was integrity. And we all know what happened to that company. So what we say, hey, let's just define things a little better. Take these values like integrity and define behaviors out of them so they're specific, black and white, measurable and accountable. And one of the things that we actually help our clients do is think about your own personal core values. So when you define those and you align them with your company's core values, do they actually align?